The official Charlie the Steak mod just dropped, and people have been waiting for me to cover this one for months. And the backstory of this one is kind of goofy, but it's actually interesting and a little bit dark when you get into it. Now, Charlie the Steak really started getting popular this year with a bunch of memes coming out featuring him, but this character was actually created back in like 2013 or so. He's from a mobile game called Charlie the Steak, which was originally designed to act as like a stress reliever for people. And since I can't think of a better way to say this, you could basically torture Charlie, and like the whole time he will be actively trying to annoy you. And while a lot of people thought that this character was removed from the App Store because it was too gory, that isn't actually the case. One of the original creators made a post on Reddit explaining, and the true reason that this game became lost media is because the company that created Charlie had to close down, and basically they could no longer support or update the game. In present day, the creators are trying to bring the game back and have even raised a bunch of money for it, but there is also a lot of drama connected to the game now, especially because the Discord for the game has become like an area for a bunch of degenerates to go post gore and racism. And that is kind of sad when you consider that this character is so lighthearted and goofy, but if there's one thing about the internet, there's always going to be weirdos who just want to ruin the fun for everybody, I suppose. And now that you understand the backstory, let's go ahead and take a look at the FNF mod and break down what's actually happening in the cutscenes and the lyrics. Now, the cutscene starts off with these two larvae from a South Korean animated series called Larva. The yellow larva is called Yellow, and the red one is just called Red. You know, they kept it simple. And for those of you that may not be familiar with these two, they are actually pretty popular. They even have like a show or a movie on Netflix called Larva Island, which by the looks of it is very well done, no pun intended. Now, back in the cutscene, we see that Yellow is about to eat a sausage.
What do you mean by that?
But Red comes over and takes it away from him, which is something that Red does a lot. And Yellow is kind of a softie, so instead of actually fighting back, he just gets really depressed and goes to bed. Later that night, when both of the larvae are asleep, Red has a dream where a talking steak confronts him. Now, this is obviously Charlie, and he's basically come to haunt Red's dreams because he treats his friend so badly. And I think Red realizes that he may actually be in some trouble here, which is why he looks so stressed throughout the mod. And I think even though the lyrics don't really like pertain to Red, they also kind of add a little bit of fear. Now, these lyrics are obviously speaking about like the Charlie the Steak game being lost to time for over a decade, and him wondering if his game will ever be released so that he can like see the sun again. And the part where he's chopped up and speaking about blatant abrasions is referring to the game's core mechanics of abusing a steak, whether that be cutting, burning, or beating him. There's also like a strange word that pops up after the cutscene. He says amenorrhosis, which from my understanding is the feeling of both self-pity and also the desire to escape the situation that you're currently in, which all makes sense for Charlie the Steak since he went from being an actual game to just being a meme on the internet. Now, there is another animation with the same lyrics because the creator of this mod, who is named Meat Enjoyer, teamed up with a YouTuber named vibingleaf a few months ago, and I think this version actually looks really cool as well. Now, I won't play the whole thing because you should go check it out on his channel, but I did want to mention it here because I think it's very well done. Now, after going through the rap battle, Red can either get a good ending or a bad ending. The good ending looks like this. Red basically realizes that it was all just a bad dream and goes and apologizes to Yellow, and the two of them make up and they become best friends again. But the bad ending is a bit darker. It looks like if you lose the rap battle, Charlie will actually take a knife to Red's neck meat, which may be a little bit of overkill for simply taking a friend's sausage, but you know, it is what it is. Now, with that being said, if you enjoyed this video, check out this video on the screen here, subscribe to Daily Recurring member like Orseofkorse, and we'll see you tomorrow with another video. Peace, peace.